Your strength is a lie you've been sold and it's costing you everything. Welcome to Soft Girl Era, the sacred space where strong Black women unlearn survival, rediscover softness, and reclaim the joy, rest, and freedom they deserve without guilt, without apology, and without explanation. I'm your host, LeAnne Dolce, pronounced Dolce, like sweet softness whispered in French. And I'm your guide from burnout to boundaries, from doing to being, from strong to soft, and loving every second of it. Today, I had the profound honor of sitting down with Charity St. Julian, a visionary leader who is transforming how Black professionals and entrepreneurs understand strength, success, and the courage it takes to choose softness. Charity is doing revolutionary work, helping high achieving Black women and men step out of survival mode and into a life rooted in truth, rest, and sustainable success. Their insights are reshaping the conversation around what it truly means to thrive, not just survive. They are teaching us that the lies we've been told about our worth, our value, and our capacity are not the foundation for legacy. They are the prison we mistake for protection. And I'm here today to share what they revealed in our conversation because it will challenge everything you thought you knew about being strong. Let me start with something Charity said that stopped me in my tracks. They told me that being strong, that thing we've been praised for our entire lives, can quietly become a trauma response that keeps Black professionals and entrepreneurs stuck in survival mode even after we've made it, even after the promotions, even after the business launch, even after the accolades. We're still running on fumes, still bracing for impact, still convinced that if we stop being strong for even a moment, everything will fall apart. And here's the thing, we've been taught to wear strength like armor. Don't feel too much. Don't need too much. Nobody's coming to save you, so you better save yourself. These aren't just motivational phrases, they're lies. Lies we internalize so deeply that we mistake them for identity. We call it resilience, we call it grit. But Charity is inviting us to see it for what it often is: numbness. A learned response to a world that told us our needs didn't matter, our pain wasn't valid, and our worth was tied to how much we could endure without breaking. This battle version of success, the one where we hustle, overwork, and never rest, isn't just exhausting. It's a continuation of the same lie. The lie that says we only deserve love, safety, and money if we're exhausted and overperforming. And here's what Charity wants us to understand: softness, rest, and emotional truth are not the opposite of strength, they are the evolution of it. For Black professionals and entrepreneurs, choosing softness can be the most radical, strategic, wealth building move we make in our careers and businesses. Let that sit for a moment. Choosing softness is not weakness, it's strategy, it's power, it's the next level. Now, Charity shared three key insights with me that I want you to hold on to because these are the truths that will shift how you lead, how you build, and how you live. First, survival mode is not a personality trait, it's a season. Just because you had to be strong in the past does not mean you are required to live the rest of your life in battle mode. You are allowed to pivot from I must endure to I am allowed to be supported, resourced, and soft. You don't have to keep proving you can handle everything alone. That season is over if you choose it to be. Second, unlearning the lies you were told is a professional strategy, not just healing work. When you challenge beliefs like, I have to work twice as hard to be worth anything, or I can't let people see me struggle, you don't just feel better emotionally. Your decision making improves, your leadership becomes healthier, your business becomes more sustainable. This isn't soft skills, this is survival skills for the long game. Third, your softness is an asset, not a liability. In leadership and business, emotional honesty, boundaries, asking for help, resting, and practicing self compassion are not distractions from success. They are core skills for long term impact, wealth building, and legacy as a Black professional or entrepreneur. Now, let me show you what this looks like in real life. Because Charity didn't just share theory, they brought receipts. Let's talk about Morgan DeBon, the founder and CEO of Blavity Inc. If you don't know Blavity, it's a media and technology company created to serve and center Black millennials in news, culture, and business. Morgan started this company in 2014 after seeing how traditional media ignored or distorted Black millennial stories. She and her co founders built Blavity from a small startup into a multi million-dollar ecosystem of brands, events, and tech products that amplify Black voices and entrepreneurs. But here's what's important. As a young Black woman CEO in tech and media, Morgan had to confront industry bias, a lack of representation, and skepticism about serving a primarily Black audience. Early on, she operated in battle mode, raising capital, proving the business model, fighting to be taken seriously. The pressure to constantly perform, to be the strong Black woman who never shows vulnerability, created emotional and energetic strain that so many Black entrepreneurs know too well. But Morgan did something different. She leaned into community centered leadership, building a team and brand deeply aligned with the truth of Black millennial experiences instead of conforming to mainstream expectations. She diversified Blavity's offerings, launching platforms like Afro Tech and conferences, so the company wasn't dependent on a single revenue stream. She created stability. She reduced the constant struggle cycle, and she publicly emphasized the importance of self care, intentional leadership, and sustainable growth, modeling a shift from constant hustle to strategic, values based expansion. Today, Blavity is one of the largest Black owned media and tech platforms in the United States, reaching millions of users and hosting major events like Afrotech that attract thousands of Black professionals and founders each year. The company's success showed that centering Black truth, not diluting it, is both healing for the community and profitable as a business model. Morgan's journey illustrates that leadership rooted in authenticity, not just relentless grind, can build long term influence and wealth. Her story gives Black professionals permission to build businesses that reflect their real lives, not just the strong, polished version, and still win. Now let's talk about Dr. Joy Harden Bradford and therapy for Black girls. Dr. Bradford is a clinical psychologist who founded a mental health platform dedicated to making therapy more accessible and culturally relevant for Black women and girls. It includes a therapist directory, a podcast, and educational content that normalize mental health conversations in Black communities. Here's the challenge she was addressing. Black women face high levels of stress, discrimination, and pressure to be seen as endlessly strong, often leading to untreated mental health concerns. There was a significant lack of therapists who understood Black women's cultural context and an absence of platforms that spoke directly to them. The myth of the strong Black woman often discouraged seeking help, reinforcing the lie that needing support is weakness. So Dr. Bradford created a public, affirming space where Black women could see their emotional struggles reflected and validated, directly challenging the narrative that they must always be okay. She launched the Therapy for Black Girls podcast, blending clinical insight with accessible, empathetic conversation about topics like trauma, relationships, work, and identity. She built a national therapist directory to make it easier for Black women to find culturally competent mental health professionals, turning emotional truth into a practical support system. Today, Therapy for Black Girls is one of the most recognized mental health brands for Black women, with a widely followed podcast and a robust directory used by thousands seeking therapy. The platform helps shift the cultural conversation from I have to be strong and handle everything alone to I am allowed to seek help and prioritize my mental health. Dr. Bradford established a sustainable business rooted in centering Black women's real emotional experiences, not their performative strength. For Black professionals and entrepreneurs, her work shows that there is power and profitability in building around the truth of our inner lives, not the performance of strength. And then there's Tristan Walker, a Black entrepreneur from Queens who founded Walker and Company Brands, best known for Bevel, a shaving system designed specifically to address razor bumps and skin irritation common among Black men. His journey reflects moving from simply enduring discomfort to building a business that insists on honoring Black men's real needs. Tristan noticed that mainstream shaving products were not made with Black men's hair and skin in mind, leading many to normalize pain, irritation, and razor bumps. Investors initially doubted the size and value of a brand centered on Black men's grooming needs, reflecting broader bias about what markets deserve high quality solutions. Black men were often conditioned to just deal with it, accepting discomfort as part of life, a parallel to being taught to constantly be strong and silent. But Tristan decided to build a product line specifically for coarse and curly hair, confronting the lie that Black men's needs were niche or unimportant. He anchored his brand in authenticity, telling the truth about Black men's shaving experiences and positioning Bevel as a solution that honors their dignity and comfort. He built trust through education about skin and hair health, reframing self care for Black men as normal, necessary, and worthy of investment. Bevel grew into a widely recognized brand, eventually leading to Walker and Company being acquired by Procter and Gamble. The success demonstrated that designing from Black truth rather than forcing Black consumers to conform to one size fits all products is a strong business strategy. Black men gained access to grooming solutions that reduced razor bumps and irritation, allowing them to opt out of the just push through the pain mindset. Tristan's story shows Black entrepreneurs that their lived truth is not a limitation, but a blueprint for innovation and market leadership. His trajectory reinforces the core theme. We do not have to stay in the battle of enduring what was never built for us. We can build what honors us instead. So, what do Morgan, Dr. Bradford, and Tristan have in common? They all moved from battle mode strength to a more truthful, grounded, and sustainable way of leading and building. They stopped performing strength and started living in truth. And their businesses, their impact, and their legacies are stronger because of it. Here's what Charity wants you to take away from all of this. You are not required to stay in survival mode. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to ask for help. You are allowed to set boundaries. You are allowed to build a business and a life that doesn't require you to be exhausted to be worthy. Softness is not the opposite of success, it is the foundation of sustainable success. But here's the disruption I need you to sit with. What if everything you've been taught about strength is actually the very thing keeping you from the wealth, peace, and legacy you deserve? What if the grind you glorify is the cage you've been living in? What if the softness you've been running from is the superpower you've been searching for? I want you to ask yourself right now, where in my life or business am I confusing being strong with staying silent about what I really need? What honest conversation have I been avoiding? What boundary have I been too afraid to set? What rest have I been denying myself because I think I don't deserve it yet? Don't just think about it. Don't just feel inspired. This week, choose one small, specific action. Have the conversation you've been avoiding. Set the boundary you've been too scared to enforce. Take the rest you keep denying yourself. Stop living up to the lie that you only deserve love, safety, and success if you're exhausted. Because here's the truth, your strength was never supposed to be your prison, it was supposed to be your foundation. And now it's time to build something softer, truer, and more powerful on top of it. It's time to step into your soft girl era, not as an escape from responsibility, but as a reclamation of your humanity, not as weakness, but as the most strategic, most revolutionary, most wealth building decision you will ever make. So I'm asking you, are you ready to stop surviving and start living? Are you ready to trade the cape for the crown? Are you ready to let softness be your strategy, your truth be your power, and your rest be your revolution? The world doesn't need another strong Black woman who's silently breaking. The world needs you, whole, rested, soft, and free. And that version of you, she's not coming after you've earned it. She's waiting for you to choose her right now. So choose her, choose softness, choose truth, choose you.